Good morning, Year 2. It is Wednesday, the 24th of February, and this video is if you are working from the Year 2 maths book, and remember we are now working from the new green ones. So we've finished the old ones, and we've started the brand new green books. So we're going to start with our warm-up today to get us in the mood for maths. And Mrs. Wood has got some number pairs to 10 on the board, but I have got some missing numbers that I need you to fill in to make my number sentence complete and correct. So I have got 0 and 10 makes what? So write that answer down on your whiteboard. Okay, my next one. I've got something and 9 makes 10. So what number goes with 9 to make 10? So which number falls in love? Which number is its pair that make 10 as a total? So 9 and what makes 10? Write it on your whiteboard. 2 and what makes 10? So my next missing number, 2 and something makes 10. So which number pairs with 2 to make the total 10? My next one, 3 and what makes 10? We've had 0 and 10 makes, something and 9, something and 2, and my next one was 3 and what makes 10? Okay, next one. Something and 6. So something add 6 equals 10. So totals 10. So which number goes with 6 to make the total 10? And the final one, 5 and 5 makes, nice and easy. So did you manage to fill in all of my missing numbers for our maths warm-up today? Okay, so on to today's learning. We are looking today in our green books at page 11. So we don't need to start it just yet, but ready in front of you with your whiteboard, your pen, and today's workbook to show me that you are ready for your learning. We are looking at page 11 today, and it should say at the top 2s, 3s, 5s, and 10s. But to begin, let's have a look at our learning on the board that will help us to complete our activity for today. So our learning question says, can I count in steps of 2s, 3s, 5s, and 10s? Now, in year 2, we've done lots of counting in 2s, 5s, and 10s, but we haven't done a lot of counting in 3s. So this is where our new learning will come into it today. So we're counting in 2s, 3s, 5s, and 10s. So if you're grown up, what I would like you to do before we get started, pause the video, and I would like you to practice counting in 2s with your grown up, counting in 5s, so high-fiving, counting in 5s, and counting in 10s with your grown up to get us started. Okay, so we're going to start today nice and easy, counting in 2s. So Mrs. Wood's got a number line on my board, and I've got a number line to 20. Now, when we're counting in 2s, we're counting in steps of 2. So we're missing a number out each time. So Mrs. Wood's going to show you on my number line what I mean by counting in steps of 2. So we're counting every second number. We're counting in 2s. Okay, so let's start at 0. And my first jump would be 0 to 2. And I've made a jump of 2 there. Okay, 2. Then I jump another 2 to 4, 2, 4. Okay, I'm going to jump another 2, 1, 2, to 6, 2, 4, 6. And you can also circle your multiples of 2. You might want to go on your whiteboard, so draw yourself a long line. And as I'm jumping in 2s, you can make those jumps right underneath those multiples of 2. So we've got 0, 2, 4, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 2 jumps, 1, 2, takes me to 8. Another 2 jumps, 1, 2, 8, takes me to 10. Then another 2 jumps, 1, 2, takes me to 12. Another 2, 1, 2, takes me to 14. 1, 2, another 2 jumps, takes me to 16. 1, 2, another 2 jumps, takes me to 18. 1, 2, another 2 jumps takes me to 20. So each time I've jumped 2. Okay, I'm counting in skips of 2. And when I'm counting in twos, I'm just missing one number out each time. Can you remember the pattern for when we are counting in steps of 2? What must the numbers end with? Can you remember? It is 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So we know that a number is a multiple of 2 if it ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. And also, when we're counting in twos, multiples of 2 are also even numbers because they can be shared equally. So on my number line, I have counted in twos. So on your whiteboard, draw a blank number line, and I would like you to start at 0 and count in twos along your number line. Okay, so counting in threes this time. Now, we haven't done a lot of counting in threes in year 2 yet, so this is new learning for us. So when we're counting in threes, we're not counting in steps of 2, we're counting in steps of 3. So just like before, Mrs. Wood's got a number line of 20. You can draw yourself a blank number line, and I'm going to be jumping in groups of 3. So every 3 numbers, I'm going to stop and circle. Are we ready? So I'm going to start at 0 again. Okay. And I've got 1, 2, 3. So you can see I've got 3 jumps there. 1, 2, 3. You can see underneath here. 1, 2. You can just see my 3 little jumps there. Okay, so I'm jumping every 3. So 1, 2, 3. Got 3, 6. Again, you can see underneath. Got 3 small jumps. So 0, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3. 9. See my 3 jumps underneath. So 0, 3, 6, 9. 1, 2, 3. Takes me to 12. So now I've got 0, 3, 6, 9, 12. 1, 2, 3. That then takes me to 15. And you can see again my 3 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 15, 18. Now this time, I've only got 2 jumps left on my number line, so I'm going to draw myself an extra jump. 19, 20, 21. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I have there on the whiteboard, on the number line, get 3 numbers each time, jumping in groups of 3. So 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. I'm counting groups of 3. So just like before, counting in twos, this time I've counted in 3s. And you can see my mini jumps underneath. So on your number line at home, on your plain number line, you can draw yourself a line, start on 0, and then I would like you to jump in 3s going along your number line. You can use my number line to help you. So we've got 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So we're counting in 3s. We're not missing one number out each time. We're missing 2 numbers. So we can whisper the numbers that aren't the multiples of 3s and shout or clap those numbers that are in the 3 times table. So let's try that again together. 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So my claps are my multiples of 3 and my whispers are the numbers that I'm jumping and missing out. Okay, so this time then, counting in steps of 5. So can you guess how many I'm jumping? How many jumps have I got to count this time if I'm counting in 5s? You guessed it, I've got to count 5 jumps every time I make my skip. I've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is my first multiple of the 5 times table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. And this time, each time, I've got 5 jumps in between each number. I can count them in between. Look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this time I've skipped 4 numbers in between each. So I missed 4 numbers out and I'm circling my multiple of 5 when I get to my 5th jump. So we've got 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Now we should be quite good already in year 2 at counting in 5s. Can you remember our rule when we are counting in 5s? And this rule helps us to count in 5s and helps us to remember if numbers are a multiple of 5. Can you remember what it is? So if a number must end in 0 or 5 to be a multiple of 5, to be in the 5 times table. So if a number ends in 0 or 5, we know it's in the 5 times table. We've got 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Now, the next part of our learning question was counting in tens. But I would need a really long number 9 all the way to 100 to do that. So instead, I'm going to use my 100 square. So on my 100 square, I've got the numbers from 1 to 100. And we're going to start by counting in tens first. Now, when we're counting in tens, numbers in the 10 times table end in what? They end in 0. So we're first of all going to count in tens along the side of the 100 square, counting 10 each time, adding 10 more on, jumping 10, just like we would on the number line. So when we're counting in tens from the 10 times table, where in our 100 square should Mrs. Wood be looking? Here. So down here I've got all my multiples of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That's nice and easy. But I can also count from 10 from any number. And we've done this in school before, year 2, where we're adding on 10 to any given number. So I've got my 100 square here again, but I'm not just going to count in tens using the 10 times table at the end of the 100 square. I'm going to start from any given number. So I've got a sequence here, and it goes 23, 33, 43, 53, And I need to finish that sequence. And each time my sequence is adding 10 on. And I know that because my ones of my 2-digit numbers are all the same. 23, 33, 43, 53. And I know that when I'm adding 10 or counting in tens, that my ones stay the same and my tens change. So when I'm adding 10, it's my tens that change. So let's find 23 on my 100 square. So let's look at the 20s row. So I've got 23, 33, 43, 53. Tell you grown up what's going to come next. 23, 33, 43, 53, 63. And even without my 100 square, I should know that my tens will get bigger if I'm adding 10 on, but my ones will stay the same. And you can see that I'm in the tens, the threes column here. And every time I add 10 on, my tens number is getting larger, but my ones is staying the same. 63, 73. And tell your grown up what would come next. 23, 33, 43, 53, 63, 73, 83. I can check that using the 100 square. Okay, so this time, let's have a look at my numbers and what do they end in? What is the ones number? 7, 17, 37, 57, So I'm jumping in tens, and I know that because my ones number is the same, and I've got to find the missing numbers. So let's use my 100 square again. Now we know that all the numbers end in 7, so we need the sevens column in the 100 square. So let's find 7. So 7 was done for me, then 17, and then what's going to come next? 7, 17. After the teen numbers, I got the 20s numbers, so it's 27. 27, 37 was done for me. So what's going to be next? 7, 17, 27, 37, 47 is going to be next. 57 is next, that was done for me. So my final number in my sequence is 7, 17, 27, 37, 47, 57, 67. As you can see, I know I'm counting in tens because my tens have changed and my ones have stayed the same. So let's have a look at my next sequence. So this sequence starts at 56. And I've also got 76 and 86. I know I'm jumping in tens because my ones are the same. So if we see a sequence and the ones are the same, we know we're adding 10 each time. So I'm going to find 56 on my 100 square. So to help me, let's find the sixth column first. So there's a sixth column, and it starts at 56. So I need to go quite the way down, about halfway down. There's 56. What's 10 more than 56? 56, 66. So my next number is 66. Then 76 and 86 are done for me. And my next one then, 86, 96. Okay. Oh, but wait. Mrs. Wood has still got a space here. Now I can't go any further down on my 100 square. Now when I get to 96, what's 10 more than 96 going to be? I'm going to go to the hundreds numbers now. So 56, 66, 76, 86, 96. My next one, can you work out what my next one would be? You can do that by counting on 10. 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106. So now I'm going to the 90s. After that, I'm going to go over the 100 barrier now. So now I've got 106, 56, 66, 76, 86, 96, 106. So that should help you then, year 2, with completing page 11 in your booklet today. Now, I don't think that's going to take you very long. So I have set you a maths challenge for today. Now, at the start, we said that we haven't done a lot of counting in threes in year 2. We're quite secure in our 2s, 5s and 10s, okay, but we haven't done a lot of counting in threes. There's only this very small question here on question 1 where it's asking you to count in threes. So as your extension, I would love to see you logging on to Times Hill Rockstars, and we're going to add our ×3, our 3 times table on there for you to practice. I would also love to see on your whiteboard writing out the 3 times table or all the multiples of 3 in a sequence or a number line like we practiced. And then, if you go to YouTube and type in Counting by Threes, there is a great penguin song that I love that helps me with counting in threes that I'd like you to practice. And remember, when we're counting in threes, we're missing out 2 numbers each time. So we can whisper those numbers and count our multiple of 3 nice and loud and clap. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So your challenge today is to become stronger and more confident in counting in threes. Okay, year 2. Well done. Bye-bye.